na ene Premier League, La Liga, Italian Serie A, Bundesliga. Matches ne dodo na wo ho. Ma men sha asem free England na men sanen fambra. Chelsea tnefi abo against Everton. Pressure e wo Chelsea bobuko no so say. E wo say ne omutimi win sa game we. Obi expect Chelsea say recently omo results omunya no enkoyi after say Chelsea share Barcelona 3-0. Chelsea results are omunya ni nyina no we Chelsea fan na we ni nje hu because Chelsea made a good performance against Barcelona. And my Chelsea fans so more reacting in any day because someone say Sawache Barcelona now out class Barcelona now was send a 3-0. When him say nyama be koye di ama. But after Barcelona win no Chelsea are draw against Arsenal. We draw against Leeds. We lose against Leeds and we draw against Bournemouth and we lose against Atlanta. So after Barcelona win no Chelsea last 4 games about boni and ontimi for win. And it's a we Chelsea supporter now we say betine fie abo against Everton ade a we expect and any say ye bobo game na wie no na Chelsea etimi carry the day enya the 3 maximum points. Everton ye bobo ko ba ko a omo ba Chelsea fie a omo ntimi Chelsea wo Chelsea fie. And anytime be a Chelsea be share Everton e wo Chelsea fie no e ya mostly e tai ko ye de ma Chelsea bobo ko no. The last time mpokra Everton e wo Premier League e be share Chelsea e wo Chelsea fie no na e 1994. Enti check in 1994 ebesi ene ayiwom no number of years a team friends say Everton enti me be Chelsea e wo Chelsea fie. Enti Chelsea share Everton dia unim say Chelsea e wo Chelsea fie no or the Everton eto ne proper position I will be expect to say ene die Chelsea betima sa the Everton ato ne proper position. By problem e wo ho ne say this season Chelsea will fie no enye the best. And Kayebo Liga, every club will be an who expect to say majority of points about accumulating no and what say ye fee. By came no can say Chelsea e Premier League e ni fee no Chelsea intimi accumulating points na do na. And tisa we check Chelsea a omenya 25 points e Premier League nim a omede da 5th. Out of that 25 points no emu 11 pe an omenya no fie. And tisa nka wo ye home table a Chelsea to so 14th. Only 6 clubs and Chelsea accumulated points over fear essent on only Chelsea. And Chelsea at home and the best. So we compare number of points at Chelsea and away. Chelsea were away when you 14 points were away. And when you 11 were fear. So between Chelsea were away and Chelsea were home. As it stands now in the Premier League, Chelsea any more points were away than home. Banker ideally and he say yes because Anka Ubo Liga of fear no. I want to also to accumulated points no. Any problem back why say Chelsea faces say Chelsea it's not Stamford Bridge. Chelsea ain't mean winning matches no do na. And this season in Crano, you say Crystal Palace abebo draw was Stamford Bridge. Yen we cry you say a team of friends say Brighton. Abe winning was Stamford Bridge. Sunderland Abe winning was Stamford Bridge. These are clubs Sanka Chelsea e former who expected Chelsea team they say. Chelsea betima peke sa 3 maximum points nyina wo fie. By Chelsea e was Stamford Bridge this season. Omuntimi enye impressive and peke a lot of points e wo fie. Enti omo ba be share Everton team no and the pressure kakra e de beto Chelsea bobuko no so. Let's not forget this season Everton performance no enye bad. David Moyes team Everton this season so we dey compare last season ye massive improvement e wo Everton bobuko nim. Meka ye pass last season Everton for first 15 matches and na possible 45 points no na Everton boboko no apikimu 15 and no more 16th on the league log last season by about this season no the first 15 matches no possible 45 points no Everton for etimi accumulate a lot of points no makoye ediamomo and check your position this season and it is oh compare last season now we compare this season you improvement Everton game ni ba and Everton be Chelsea tough time. And this season, Adia Eko Yedema Everton. And David Moyes near say Everton team no more see a kind of commitment, togetherness, and attentiveness. And Everton is see a kind of collective play. That's the reason why Obetimabo 10 against 11. Ediako Old Trafford. Ediako Manchester United. Because Everton is see a kind this season players need a commitment level. I was through. How are we yet together? No, I was through. and omu pay attention to details, attentiveness no eso so e was through entu no Messi akan a enye easy say ube break Everton bobuku no and so when omu si akan a omu ball no omu bon David Moyes e make sure say obe blend pragmatic defensive solidity and an efficient attack in the abom. And so far Everton for no omu defend very well and omu timi attack very well. So omu si akan on paper. Se Chelsea be share Everton na Ubo say David Moyes ebebo 4 at the back. But say Everton kura ball no omu attack here. 4 at the back necessary. Never than 3 at the back. Because mostly Everton 4 left back no e move back inside. Anytime be Everton be initiate attack no 4 at the back necessary. Na baba be 3 back. Na 3 back no they operating as a left back no be move inside. Or move inside pe Jack Grealish ebe hold the left wing. Now Branch FM say India I hold the right wing and Kamenya sa picture na. Anytime be Everton for be attack biano, any idea do left back ni move back inside, Grealish ebe hold the right and left side, na India I hold the right side. Sa 2 players no ebe stretch you team no. Then ubenya one central midfield ube push ya kwa nanim. Akoka Branch FM say this Bri Hall, na this Bri Hall so etimi produce numbers no e the amount. And it's a uko face Everton this season under David Moyes ah. Omu timi attack from the left. Omo attack from the right and I'm fin ho and to check Jack Grealish's performance this season. Yembo season in Kwawe no Jack Grealish na no nya de wo Manchester City no oba Everton no wama 4 goals this season. 2 wama 4 assists this season, 2 goals. And we created chances in 29. And Jack Grealish on the left side our ability to create and score Ediama Everton. Uko Piemo India you know be operating on the right side so this season India am 4 goals, 2 assists. And to Chelsea kwa share Everton team Jack Grealish in India you know be operating on the left wing and the right wing ni no. Omi a very effective produce numbers. This be no free Chelsea call Everton no. Ye share season as no. Wama 4 goals and 2 assists. And tiadie ba kwa Chelsea for expecting from this Everton side at this season no perform very well near say. Left side omu timi effective, right side omu effective. In the central midfield area, Benya Brante friend say this be no also to me produce numbers. So idea Chelsea be here, idea stop Everton team no. I say Chelsea Benya collaborative defending. Team be waiting here stop Everton be and I just say who defend it as unit. And let's not forget Chelsea last 4 games of Abono, Chelsea they are constantly 6 goals. And to say oh yeah story no okay say Chaloba say. A kwanya Chelsea be first so etinye defend it. No more pay attention to details no and the match Chelsea win this game we Chelsea see akanya say Chelsea be create chance Chelsea be attack Chelsea be share goal ni dey means because Chelsea prove what they say yen creating attack yen share goal ni dey and said that major problem by currently the major problem at Chelsea facing here say Chelsea attack concede goals be any so mo concede so playing against Everton for apiki omo form omo timi creative from every channel. So how are Chelsea be defending no and the key? Caicedo NCA kind because of suspension. Players on be operating on the central midfield area. Enzo Fernandez, so ne Andre Santos the bebo, so ne Rhys James the bebo. And what's some more ability no to show Chelsea back line. Chelsea a right back and a left back. Kukureya and Malu Gusto the beba. On be here a defensive cover. Set time biano a branch defense Jack Grealish and a India ent min bio mutim nim. Enti ken a game back kwa. Chelsea be winia. And how are Chelsea effectively on bet me defend it, no more making sure say defensive approach no omu na be carbon no met me defend it. Say Chelsea to me defend it very well. Chelsea created Chelsea she go there and said that no problem for Chelsea team no because Chelsea is capable of scoring our Stamford Bridge but as to say on bet me defend it very well no and the most important thing may call a win or draw for Chelsea I was arguing with me Chelsea so be lose game we by only if Chelsea ever defend it very well. Liverpool ofie against Brighton. Yen enye news say season ye sha ase no. Liverpool for Newman Koye emfa momo on the pitch and off the pitch. Issues be bree. But recently, so what check Liverpool team now? On the last 4 games, on manage avoid defeat. And it what check Liverpool for last 4 games are. Was West Ham, was draw Sunderland. And we draw team friends Leeds and Okoshe Inter Milan in the UEFA Champions League. So Liverpool for last 4 games, we team managing avoid defeat, which I believe are very good for team friends say a Liverpool club no. By playing against Brighton Brighton another stubborn side. Any team bi obehia Brighton, most especially say a top club no na Brighton ha na adwen pay. Enti say we check the entire season top clubs o mo ne Brighton ehia nyina no team my friend say Manchester United nko and etimi ahye Brighton. Ye Brighton team a wahye Chelsea, Brighton team a wahye Manchester City. Enti top clubs ni ko hia Brighton na Brighton for approach ni different. Ball no mo boni different, so me expect Brighton obama team my friend say Liverpool for tough time. Adia Brighton for year adia part this season. Aye kwan omofa so attack. Defensively, omo nya the best. But say Brighton attack here. Ubenya Brighton team unso omo attack omo very good because time bia no omo combine ni omo 3 and omo dia boom. The edi kan positional play. Ukosia Brighton omo combine positional play, positional fluidity, tactical flexibility and aggressive overload. And anytime bia ba kosia Brighton bia no say almost set it up omunya one center back on the best set it up omo build up no na yenya one full back obe move inside na etimie free Diego Gomez say on joining attack na akoka Carlos Baliba and one full back obe invert no ma hold the central midfield dia momo say Abrante friend say Mitoma 100% fitter on the be operating on the left side and Aminta esobegina the right side sa two wingers winning na no direct and omo create a lot. No more the passes no e dey akoma branch friend said Danny Welbeck. Enti enfa ho ne Danny Welbeck ni age. This season Danny Welbeck has 7 goals e Premier League because onye a lot of supplies. Supplies no nya no onye be from the left side ubenya Abrante friend say Mitoma deba. Onye be from the right side ubenya Mintasa Odiba. Onye be from the central midfield area ubenya Abrante friend say Diego Gomez say Odeba. Enti ama Abrante friend say Danny Welbeck no this time around this season otimi ma Brighton for the numbers omope. So idea was a Liverpool for a game nim say. I was a 10 the pressure at Brighton team so. Because defensively, this season we need to impress with Brighton setup no. So Brighton defense need a lot of constant pressure. Ultimately hold on to the ball. Now we Brighton for now. Brighton for only prone to mistakes. Ubet me be omu team nim. No way to many the needed results are open. So me expect a Liverpool side the likes of Florian Wirtz, Iketiki, Soboslai, Mohamed Salah mo say attacking a side on betimi anya ahoden no e de power no e de awrem e de amati my friend say Liverpool no ma stop Brighton bobuku no Brighton attacking wise in the king omo ye strong the entire season 15 games are Brighton abono e ye only Everton and a Crystal Palace game na Brighton answer go say olusu mpokra na odron pokra ye nya Brighton o she goals and the reason why offensively Brighton for no are strong this season ye say omo coach no in the structure no my players need freedom to express themselves. And it's almost attack here. To me produce numbers no open. By defensively, almost the best. So Liverpool for attack near sharper. Liverpool for being the needed results. And Liverpool for an epic. Arsenal Everton if you know more against a Wolves. May have who be straight win for Arsenal. The entire 20 Premier League club are more competed this season. The only club are on winning match. A Wolves Bobo Kuno. On winning match. On to me goals or concede. And Obabe facing Arsenal or that top on the league log. Arsenal players no form. Arsenal feel I had density teams in the better question. Arsenal lose game will fear this season in the Premier League. And to me analysis will be by here. Me get to say football here. Be a bit Messi. You was surprise score line football mu. Ubetimabo game. Now be shocking results. By me analysis will be by here say Wolves for ne call Emery takwa kwese Arsenal. Straight away yen with still time. A win for Arsenal against a Wolves. Crystal Palace ebo Manchester City. A difficult game for Manchester City. Every Manchester City fan behind him say, oh, but Crystal Palace are difficult. Crystal Palace against big clubs. Ten you try some be prove almost awards. And it is oh yeah Manchester City now kwa Crystal Palace. Unim say kwa a difficult side. And here ba kwa e what team friends say Crystal Palace you say. Omo coach Oliver Glasner will find a balance between attack and defense. And the Crystal Palace for ni kanya defensively omo ye sound, offensively omo ye good. And to omo me attack very well, omo me defend very well. That's the reason why omo that fourth on the league log. Fourth na Crystal Palace no. Was 20 goals I conceded 12. Team was 20 goals I conceded 12 no. A chance otimi attack and otimi defend very well. We find a balance. So obibebu sa no say and then na Oliver Glasner, I Crystal Palace team no. And can answer ni simple. Oliver Glasner ebefa Crystal Palace eboboku no. Or the 4 key elements and about Crystal Palace boboku no. The edikan omo emphasize on compact defending. The also a aggressive pressing. The 13 omo make sure say ombenya numbers e won finfin ho. Na omo winning ball na a direct and quick transition. San yoma 4 way and Oliver Glasner e dey about team friend say Crystal Palace. And to say who go see Crystal Palace anytime you on attack bia no omo three at the back no omo say that invite opponent ne say ombra nanim enti omo draw pressure from opponent ne say yam build from a chiro ye three back no yam build ne yam draw opponent ne pressure ne fambra the moment e be draw opponent ne aba yanim no then again e hon abe hu omo wing backs ne say on be hold wide areas in the because on use natural wingers team bia on use natural wingers bia no the wing backs in the hold weight no e de man ye now when you the double number 10s meaning say is a branch friend say sir e be 100% fit there because as it stands now on team pass in the late fitness test no and you most likely see benya pino and a commander some ne be operate as the double 10 e dey Crystal Palace so 2 players ne be rotate now omo lone striker Mateta so 100% fit you try so benya late fitness test no it mean that spaces to operate and say who go see Crystal Palace e team ba ko ake omo timi attack very well and omo build up no e smooth defensive wise omo lose ball na no quickly no ma drop it about benya 5 at the back because already omo bought 3 back with 2 wing backs no ma drop it about benya 5 at the back omo 2 number 10s no ebe drop it ebe ka the double number 6 no menya 4 and so omo defend pe 5 at the back and a 4 age no menim no me that striker ne ba ko pe wanim ho and omo hye so edene and the reason why I say Crystal Palace Oliver Glasner I find a balance between attack and defense near say omo attack here very good and omo defend so a omo very compact and omo timi hye and omo timi defend very well so idea Manchester City be here near say omo ma Crystal Palace wing backs ni enya effective at the same time omo control finfin typical example Crystal Palace against Arsenal obi apon san kwacha Crystal Palace kwanya Arsenal for far so etetu omo the Arsenal for year near say Calafiori and a Timber na omo ball wing backs no Yebenya Trossard and Bukayo Saka say omo proper defensive cover in finfin hono Abrante friend say Bereche Eze Declan Rice and Zubimendi e control finfin no edema Arsenal yebo game ni wie no na Crystal Palace about just 1 shot on target Arsenal dominate omo it is a Manchester City bet ma koye sa de no I make sure so many good results how omo ma Crystal Palace wing backs ni effective na team my friends Manchester City ebe control finfin no man neutralize Crystal Palace e play no sanyesa Manchester City ebe akosofa e wo Crystal Palace because Crystal Palace this season king a side that nature edene most especially with Manchester United net me a question with apart from Manchester United team bi akọ Crystal Palace via edin e de my team my friend say opponent no Crystal Palace ebe ha Manchester City but I believe Manchester City e wo de wo so mo bia so betimi nya a slim victory bi e wo Crystal Palace fee Barcelona na fee abo against Osasuna sanka game we koso Osasuna fee anke be den dia ma Barcelona but once a game na koso Barcelona fee no I think very good for Barcelona team no so person will compete at the highest level ade ehia pa na say ubenya results I bet me Edward to position ye enfa hu ni football na obebo no ye share season na say Barcelona my performance abeka say on dominated throughout the season but there's one thing about Barcelona team they say enfa hu ni players are na injury say homo players ni bia no mo form aye on and off no Hansi Flick in Barcelona always find a way to get the needed results Ken last season obi about Barcelona but so say Barcelona about nice football omo dominate omo opponents by numbers and control last season Barcelona bought omo first 16 games points for many this season more points than last season no by this season in conforce Barcelona ball this season na no man ko you know in conforce ball last season came Barcelona first 16 games possible 48 points no na Barcelona enyam 37 last season no yes omo ball no the first 16 games and possible 48 points now we nya 37 this season na yes omo ball no the first 16 games 48 points no we nya 40 until last season this season they ain't win points the first 16 game
last season on
good until na Barcelona team this season hu ehu e La Liga no because last season in Pokre so omo ball na efe omo dominating no omo nya just 38 points but this season in Pokre injuries almost struggle no nya 40 points so imagine say Barcelona picking already man omo pick ade na besi enti Hansi Flick na Barcelona for find a way this season and find one situation omo find a way to get the maximum points yeka say Barcelona enko ye was Spain na ken Barcelona lose just a game and you only Real Madrid na Barcelona teams I say omo ball papa was Spain no obi lose more than a game but Barcelona lose just a game after Barcelona losing against Real Madrid Barcelona last 6 games were winning now and so last 6 games no one shekra no minimum of 3 goals per game so gradually Barcelona for attacking third no omo shall see a pick omo rhythm after set players na shall say omo recover from injury no players na shall say omo keka omo ho enya de ba ko e positive edema Barcelona say omo nhye season na see yempokra no omo pick more points etimi imagine say Barcelona team ne besa obi abesa nya na rhythm na obi atimi asa pick ne form Osasuna for ne be try say on be city deep no ma hit Barcelona for no on the break because Osasuna for no omo nim say omo kwhwe omo left side on na omo abrante fence Ruben Garcia wo ho omo kwhwe omo right side omo Victor Munoz wo ho sa 2 players no e very direct omo je ball ne pe the next na be hu ne say omo be cross e de akoma senior man anti Budome e wa anim ho na wapem de ahye so the only thing na Barcelona for be ebetim de stop e team friends Osasuna ne say omo lose ball pe quickly how omo betim regroup how omo betim win ball no any ade e betim about Barcelona see him control game no ye attack Barcelona be dominate definitely a win for Barcelona Barca and Shekra no minimum of 2-3 goals me expect Barcelona so omo betim ahye Alaves ne Real Madrid ken eno aye di game we hu komo bebre because of injury situation no me ma meka samwa DC wo Real Madrid can be and Madrid in lose game we for menra after a real program no na me monitor the ekoso Real Madrid camp I don't know personally me injuries in the dolphin anka we Madrid fan was so yem show
I say Alaves de kwame Alaves so you change the movie so second team coaching compete
okay Alaves am how adwen
o so second team
Madrid second team ne why second team
we players in for so omonye first team players
and I'm say on say
Alaves Enrique started one Enrique started one
I say Enrique Kombo
and maybe say some hokra no onye bi
pom any players no injury situations no
na me ka se kakra bi onye bi somebody shala
kakra ba kise kakra no kra yehu
enti mo no mo team no mo ntimi fa akra bi free you team no say ye wa akra bi a o you team no or right back ye manage die say you players na prepare on kobo bi mo da da bi am pay for them
on say problem ni sanka ya de se team no pressure ni ona bibia run smoothly anka
Alaves is pressure
ken pressure wo mu ball na you say pressure na wo Madrid ni Alonso so na nya izu ana enye say Alaves e back side o oye middle table team a middle table team untimi nko underrate no sanka ya de say Alaves awa ase ho ba bi kura bo me middle table team enti say o kwa was all tread cautiously enye obi na was all man ko ball no ba me no me fa ho ni players Alonso be yusu me with that personal belief say Real Madrid en lose that game we me with that personal belief and found only players because as it stands now Madrid any fullback bi o ano dem Bobby Cavahan Bobby Frank Garcia ni ho Alvaro Carreras ni ho Fellow Mandy ni ho Rudiger nya 100% fit Militao enya 100% fit Freddy Valverde nya 100% fit Mbappe enya 100% fit oh e do bi beba by on say odibi ba and say obeka say wo bi wo ho kakra on say anke ade say at least wo players ni bi wo kra na anke be ya ba ino me de emfa ho no de odi on be chance ken me mo gidi say Madrid dey lose sa game we
Kwame Jela and Madrid they say go for tata pa ambassador bi o lose
oh ins
okay others the any komo kakra
Kemeda see na the experience say Madrid omon tampa mo coaches sa if I do remember 98 Antonio Camacho in 22 days ono wanye dwuma when coachi Real Madrid one ball game and fama Madrid the first time of buying Camacho any Lorenzo Sanz enya issues eno ja team no mo koye. We are not the free wa. Recent coaches about Madrid, T3 under Florentino Perez. Ken, the men want to say Florentino Perez might have a good relationship with you. Nebo, sa some no phone on wa, obetimi apamo. Hey, Julian Lepetegi. No ni Perez is free, papa. Lepetegi. Sanya Madrid a nka oka coaches a coach World Cup. Me boy. You can imagine. So we better prepare the team. Na nyame adom World Cup ha ben dia ma no. Yes, I won't call because what was signing the Madrid. Lepetegi buy, he was without Ronaldo. A sad time in Madrid, rebuilding with Vinicius Junior. What happened? Or buy issues left, right, center. Or come 5 games now. Oh, we need actually Barcelona born 5-1 BNSA Massa. Referee the Rafa Benitez. Benitez lost the dressing room and was also lose to Barcelona. And Okoye. Way a year, I'm say few coaches now saying Florentino Perez are with John Mukwain middle of the season because they see Perez normally obeshaw. I'm a season not about the year, except for recent times. Rafa Benitez in there. Benitez stayed for about 7 months. And Ebia Lipetege do stay about 4 months. Don't wanna he wait. But BB and a trigger my Florentino Perez a big job within the season. Now, sir, BB, no, I am here to see that our Jabi Alonso. And your mom, you know, 2. And I'm to say, Jabi Alonso said, "What was so TV? Now, are you coach of Real Madrid? And because of these 2. 1. Onye lusu dressing room to Real Madrid's key stars. Same year. Rafa Benitez, one of those reasons they sacked him was because only Ronaldo nya issues. Benitez, na Ojina Gareth Bale, any Benzema half. Ronaldo was the main guy. Only nya issues. Plus losing to Barcelona or Clasico, no, that was enough for you to get sacked. Jabi Alonso, he's on the side of the main man, Kylian Mbappe. Say Jabi Alonso, so Mbappe were issues. In Kameka say, best 70% come up pamono. It's unlike Rafa Diana, na Ojina the other half. Jabi Alonso ejina year e was dressing room wo. Inti say Jabi Alonso or Mbappe half. Mbappe is also TV so be a pejanity a Mbappe no be a shadow. It's dressing room na yesi we lose no. We lose dressing room no to some key players to be not all of them, especially the main man. He's for Jabi Alonso. They toss you. Sa Clasico no winning ye no. Ama niema ba form kakra. It's niema mienu. I in favor of Jabi Alonso. The dressing room, i.e. Kylian Mbappe. And Clasico no or share ye no. Sa niema mienu no. Rafa Benitez failed to do. Sa niema mienu no. Lepetegi Felibi. Ne die no. I don't think they ja omo kwai. Season in FIFA because ideally Florentino Perez or Beshawa season na be here. But what let me show you. Now, Ken Jabi Alonso come sisi ya no. Metiasia pa injuries na doso and dear I will not lie. But Carlo Ancelotti faced similar issues last season. Edrumrebi key games enye Alaves game o na Madrid the big gamer Fede Valverde bo 2 na Tchouaméni ebo center back. Carlo Ancelotti kept quiet and worked. Me what? These problems we are talking about, well, Real Madrid no. Last season, similar issues is here. Madrid crowd they says our time in the crowd. Now, your top player, Carlo Ancelotti, and then the defense now very bad. It's no. But says to say, Madrid are taught Alvaro Carreras Saba. What taught Dean House Naba. At least, kakra or kakra, and just last season, dear. It's in as much as I would want to support Jabi Alonso, Sayaman and Moreno. Oh, I love dear. With all due respect to my coach. Wait dear, as a being. Mean to mean, Casse, Madrid in the against Alaves. Now with defense, Yemfan say, wild scenario, Sarudi Ganya Fita, Yemfan is Sarudi Ganya Fita. Now, both Fede Valverde the right back. Now the Tchouaméni any Asensio bought center backs. Now Kofa Kwada Madrid for Castilla ho. I'm a left back here for Vade Peñas. Saudi Akwada ko gina left back. Wo say enye ye with Tibu Courtois in post. Hey Debbie and the miso. Because I have seen Hansi Flick play Godfrey Torrent Aquadano as left back before. Today, I am seeing Hansi Flick play Gerard Martin as a center back in Barcelona games. Today, I am seeing Eric Garcia play consistently as a number 6. Finding solutions with difficult periods. Inti, say excuse the BNO. All I've said here, Madrid needs to find ways to get a result. In any ways, it's now when go crano. Send him options or Jabi Alonso Etanechi Nemo injuries no a hard game, but Madrid is Madrid. Media ubi samia mekase nkayan hwanema season in bad way e pam sisi ade I don't subscribe to it. Ken dey tienie me monitor the course in India. The Ekeka Kono is serious. Me know can say stadium what them say 80% of my say no. Ebusa for ya be kan ya Chelsea Messi okodi 3 days e India wajisika 3 days on ball. Messi the last time oko India was 2011 okobo ball Argentina Venezuela. But when the sika and waje dia show no oko visit keke. Into obeko 4 cities. And now obeko bienu. Nyame adom ochina obeko Mumbai. The last day no akọ new day. Now fe go back. All corner no de Luis Suarez any the Paul say the soldier for me no de bia no monam e no do mako. Ken. Nipa ne Ra Stadium no. E beat here as much as Ghana sika 1.2 billion. $11,000. Ibi omo amutua for VIP no. Almost $11,000 just to get close to Lionel Messi no ninja picture. Na Messi aba bedru. Organizers stadium one 85,000 capacity. Omo twa ticket maku 80,000. Nipa na aba be Ra Stadium. Ye be hwe Messi. Ideally, omo arrangement say Messi made 45 minutes to stadium wo. Ti Messi be call round some obi ehu no. Messi bedru ya ni padom. And your supporters know minister way or ba on the bush for no more park no so minister way regional minister way aba and officials nko na diama ni pani buefo a almost says anymore stadium ne say oye pictures ne bia nipa na gu Messi ho no the stadium is big inti uba stadium uba sa obehwe Messi but one fu ni ehu Messi. Most of them they watched Messi from the television. Our big screens and also. Mami bako time amu buy the Messi bet na tent ni mu no. Kid supporters this omu who know. It's a majority who they who Messi. Adaya. Oh, near say minister way on the bush for in your chest. I may see no mutual picture. It is supporter now. Uchia Ghana Sika 1.2 billion or yeah. It's I don't know more move no. So what did you almost say?
Just 11,000.
Ha! Say the stadium one. Almost say Bibia. Say Bibia. Say what? Yes, so say one. She say I feel very bad for Messi because our programs go. I'm just imagining what will happen. Mumbai, Yami Admochina. But Messi nyana fault because Obiaba ne busa minister for and then one government official this minister of this one this. It's only German show want to say 45 minutes now was Messi edu hono. When you or did 10 minutes and almost say supporters na start here they say nipa no sorry for Messi wo no omu Messi. And they be push say master someone ya dia hebebo and omu yi Messi free stadium one time. Instead of 45 minutes omo mura stadium na say omo check omo time na just 10 minutes play the Messi deal stadium. This is where we are. Tano pay and yan sabaketwa. Mani did ho. And I know Lami ya mama eko London. Only need your picture keke 800 euros. And yan Lami ya malo ni mame. Sir, football na die. Na baby. Ken yanko yetwaso. Chelsea Everton. The tiene say. Chelsea 8 Everton. The last 30 Premier League games, Stamford Bridge, Chelsea Everton. Chelsea winning 17, 13 a draw. The last time Everton could share Chelsea ever Stamford Bridge Premiership 1994. I check. In the Premier League games, Stamford Bridge, Chelsea ever upper hand, Everton for them. Jotiano Fatuo. Okay. David Moyes are your coach at Everton. And also, so the last 20 games I wish at Chelsea Premier League, you know, or we need. Sir David Moyes Nankasano. 21 games against Liverpool, the same thing, and at 20 games against Chelsea. Inti Chelsea a good record against Everton. David Moyes, who is the coach of Everton, a bad records against Chelsea. Inti Saudi history and the air can someone in no contest. But we are looking at yesterday and today. The history and the current trends and the history plays in favor of Chelsea. Today, I can say. And then they say, Chelsea say, Barcelona we are born a Basso. Better football, Maresca football. Ah, they ask na can 110 against 11. Chelsea ball sano. If it's what, and you might see go. When Timmy and share Leeds, when Timmy and share Bournemouth, when Timmy and share Atlanta, it's a pressure with Chelsea so. Everton, their last 5 games, we're winning 4. And Newcastle, the other one, Newcastle mentioned, we're winning 4. 4 now we're winning in us on conceded. It's the history backs Chelsea, but recent form and we're Everton for. Okay, see. Chelsea last week me can some Chelsea games are me match Chelsea. Chelsea abre pano. Area games Saturday area. Okay, so me can some natural. And the last week me catch Chelsea omunye careful because area game one na meaning what is happening to Chelsea this season. 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock games. Well, and that's also at the same time in Bia. Brighton, share Stamford, Chelsea, Sunderland, so sa area take. Ayana a difficult games at my Chelsea. Ken, a draw will feel like a loss to Chelsea. And only how we are starting this game. NBA, you might think so. Chelsea about draw when lose. A draw crack a big loss to Chelsea because say Chelsea pro say omumpe. If Chelsea when is wadi hunu say leg no cry me cry menka so betimi ahia na. But Chelsea was so person compete here. He needs to win against Everton. Now, what's here Mariska in a press conference on the last part of Monday Abana and a CCA. Mariska say Kopama no. Ultimate bo games bebree. Na nano obe training and Kopama say ne grind no oda so Philippines. Tio grind na ye hwe no da na di Kopama tne fie be say close to 2 months no. And returning ya ne nan so ano ko ball do mu a e man ba itie nim say grind ne de coach no say and now no be train Kopama e da so complaining the grind no inti from and now couple season ni bebe na wie ye ne de e management because grind no enkoy and omuntimi enkoy ne surgery onkoy ne surgery a it might affect the World Cup inti e management coach no enu mutom inti and then who's a Kopama ball na oyini free man it is because of grind no Ken. So in this contest I am assuming it's 90 minutes there menya sure say Kopama bebobi maybe he will start and later on gets off the game, maybe he's going to come from the bench, but 90 minutes na menya too sure Ken. And there no resting of place. The current Chelsea team are able because Wesley Fofana and Trevor Chalobah the only trusted centre halves. No issues. I'm expecting reject the central midfielders. Maybe Enzo Fernandez as a and one of the issues kakra. It is a Kopama body bia. Probably he's operating from the right. It makes a lot of sense. Senebeya in the second half Chelsea benya firepower. Because Everton send you see a ball no Ken, they can decide to defend on a low block. Catch Chelsea on transitions because who sees the way say Chelsea low blocks no Chelsea finding it difficult to play against. Diama Nansay adding a Chelsea for big games in Kwana Mutimi ball, big games in Kwana Chelsea Timmy ball. The reason why Chelsea plays the big games is that in the big games the opponent controls, they don't sit deep. And Chelsea are good at transitions. But games in Kitten Leeds United, Bournemouth, Kitten no, teams in the city low blocker. Chelsea in Timmy and breaking low blocks no. The only player, your proper technician, Otimi breaking low blocks, Kopama. So my catch say low blocks no. Yen first pistes and they breaking low blocks to say OBS deep. Now say me bon Garnacho, Jamie Giddings, Pedro Netomo, our wings war. Yes, on me born on the body be pimpia, but low blocks be who here again. You need technicians to open. It is a games be sad. It's not without Kopama. I don't find it difficult to break some low blocks. No, it's a Kopama. Because I'm assuming said David Moyes knowing his bad record against Chelsea. Any Everton bad records at Stamford Bridge, would decide to allow Chelsea to possess and catch Chelsea on the counter break because Eleman in DI, Jack Grealish, Thierry Barry, solid three forwards. And again, one of the best players now I'm saying Premiership with Disbury Hall.
Yes.
He's playing very, very well.
Okay, which one the show?
Oh, he's playing well. What's your 4 goals? He's playing well. Can I mean Bubombo too? Pachomati. Barca and Osasuna dear. The question will me say. Say me only concern as a say Hans Fleck edging some rotation. No need. Barca winning the games in our fear Osasuna this season away game one kromunye win here. These are some of the games which me bought draw not a show. The reason I'm saying say no need for rotation is say Barca boss Osasuna we are Nyamia Duma Tuesday Okwa Guadalajara game no. Ano Copa del Rey game. So you can rotate in that game. Numbers are we are wabebo BRL because some BRL game na crucial game. People talk among referees at BRL no. Madrid for Teshia meeting number toso second. One team will be money did this season. Madrid were 36 points. Villarreal were 35. And Barcelona will play them the next La Liga game. Barcelona no money ball mufie.
Okay.
It's no need to rotate today against Osasuna. The rotation can come in the game against Guadalajara so that the players will be fresh to play against Villarreal because Osasuna the best Osasuna dear start to say they can't say Madrid make cheer for Celta Vigo so na akofa some dia because these are games a banana peel. Well, okay. Palace ni City they say ni dada no City call Palace City ya there Palace ba City ya wo ya there first 10 minutes that go a PM omo games is hard here but City advantage in that game.
City advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, we about entry. But Didi,
Ken,
Brana be Roman mentors with you.
Ken, my mention is from Liverpool. Liverpool be Brighton. A game I expect Liverpool say, and at least, obetimi carry the day no offer the maximum points. But the difference between Brighton team no. Any Liverpool team this season they were English Premier League no. Per first 15 matches I above the season Ken. Difference between the two a not performance. Make us say a not performance because as we speak Liverpool at 10th position they were English Premier League Liverpool were 23 points. Brighton on the other hand and so at the 8th position are not worth 23 points. And when it comes to the points gap points but on the Premier League log table no so no Brighton bo boko ne debi the chain Liverpool only the 8th Liverpool the 10th. It is a whole share Liverpool as a deal Liverpool there. It is a big team at Liverpool team carry the day not for the 3 maximum points. But performance ankasa on the field of play it will league them this season there. Liverpool is not better than Brighton. Oh yeah no need to change we are. You look at the Liverpool team. Sir Liverpool won one of the biggest games of the season against Inter Milan. Away. Champions League mo. Adia ba kwa minimfa football ho say winning mentality comes by winning. Etinka onya winner. E ma mentality kwosro. E tofe no mentality. E ma subsequent games a obebo no. Enema to be con kind ma even when enema nko yie emfa ma wo. Etinka win na Liverpool akwa akonya no. I will say Liverpool bo ndi gather momentum. Now so the form crampo I would sorry. Not teams like Brighton no there. O tena Anfield no share sa team ne there ken. O this is san niam na nka niam akoyie de ma. But so we share Inter Milan game na Liverpool boy. And then when na Inter Milan Liverpool nya over Inter. Now the gina so akasa asem na. Now what sign so adwini mienu because Liverpool be Real Madrid no. Ye mu dodo na na obi ani gidie se Liverpool bobo ko ni betimi akwa share Real Madrid. And that's what betene fie no wa share Madrid. Eventually Liverpool won that game. Or winning the game against Real Madrid, now you feel like we gather enough momentum. Oh, they about the subsequent games because a near man call you in Famau, no share Madrid, no what me share Madrid there. And can you much say as a Sandemau? But again, I coco here. The following game Liverpool lost. Or you or Sansu Lusu Bium Caho. If we are saying about 2 matches at Waswa, or Lusu 3-0 Mino, Bakoya way back home. It is that kind of momentum. I as a big team gather. After so when you win, na niaman ko yimpo man o gina so dey turning point this is niaman. Liverpool has played bigger games. What team ya share, but the following game of boy na niaman ko yam fa Liverpool bobo ko no. It is a wugina Inter Milan dey so. Now they are kasem a e say odwene hu mienu. The biggest problem I've seen for Liverpool this season. Obetimi aka Ancelotti dey e no cry because ono na ye coach oda bobo ko na no. It is a changes beba. And you may be see what team nim. Results in the Beko ye jina wan ko ye nso jina wo. And it is a Obo and Slot in India bata. The poor performance and form of Liverpool. Me no problem. I believe come Mohamed Salah there. Numbers a man from Mohamed Salah because last season when Liverpool was winning it, he was the life wire for the Liverpool team. Clearly. say numbers ne ma this season no be gina so aka say oka ho bi anasa ne poor form ne ka ho and Liverpool boboko ne bra metimi ni nipa ko ne so aya adwen. But the biggest problem I mean say affect Liverpool boboko the king this season the Liverpool defense. The Liverpool defense has been very poor. Open defensive unit. Aye poor power bako. Premier League ni mo. Liverpool dey ka ho. The matches Liverpool has played this season in English Premier League ni mo. Ya about 15 matches with Premier League ni mo. Liverpool have conceded 24 goals. 24 goals. And Liverpool boko na conceded. In fact, the first 15 teams Premier League log in so and a 20 team league. The first 15 teams on the Premier League log. Obi anyone man wa concede and after Liverpool have conceded fewer goals China. The first 15 teams on the Premier League log. And two team back on the defensive unit in yet. No concede a lot of goals pa. Liverpool boko ni ka ho. And it is one of the reasons in here. And Neman conquer from Liverpool. Now, the last 10 matches at Liverpool are born. Talking about the defensive unit still. Can Liverpool have conceded 17 goals in the last 10 matches? We conceded goals Marco 17. What is about the last 5? Liverpool have conceded Marco 8. This is not a defensive unit. A bit me have one of the occasion on side to me. We can talk about the coach. We can talk about Mohamed Salah. But we can't forget the central defensive man of the Liverpool team. Could that mean since I can say Real Madrid rumors about Fana? The performance that Kwako BBO. Amana ye ding. Eddie Amano or the Tariana why the person who's supposed to be the leader at the back, Virgil van Dijk, open certain spaces and Liverpool concede goals here. What getting one tiasie. It is our department of Liverpool team. I have a problem. One of the players are less talked about this season in the English Premier League. But Roman numbers has been Danny Welbeck. The matches we've played so far in the English Premier League was just 7 goals. We were talking about the likes of Antoine Semenyo. Abra share Premier League and say no numbers in the was but Semenyo share 6. Not Danny Welbeck numbers were from. But today, as we speak, Welbeck has 7 goals on the Premier League log. Over top 5 strikers or mama goals for Premier League in this season. Danny Welbeck home. And looking at the poor form of the Liverpool attack and Liverpool defense, such an attack now, definitely it is going to be difficult. Yankuba Mente, and so on the flank, only Kauro Mitoma. What I am thinking about here, the laterals of the Liverpool team. Say Robertson and the left back. He hasn't been bad anytime he steps in for Milos Kerkes. The right side of the defense, Kodo Bradley Nihonum. The last game they played, we saw Gomez. Anna Obonanya bad. But can he stand the might and test of Karu Mitoma? That is a big question. And he move on to a beer. Now who go Ketika standing to the test of the Liverpool Bobo. Because this season he's been their brightest spark up front. Cody Gakpo not available. So Bessia can be and the Liverpool Bobo. And so should be bold. Get the boss. Not unrewarded people with performance. Ken, and yet Chinchilla can say the Bia Alexander Isak starting. Per report say Balo, who will critique a Benjamin, Alexander Isak Benjamin. Possibly a critique a operative from the flank. Cody Gakpo position honor. But if you said this time, and why a danger Liverpool. But any time a player bit to say we won't go humuha, opportunity Bebano. He plays well for the Liverpool team. It's a Cody Gakpo a player. Now there are limited, make I say, resources. Another pool of players to select from. Now, Kwanya Ohona Kwadani available. Give him the position and the slot, let him play. Now, for Alexander Isak, turn a bench. Now, who go to take him on number 9 and Famao. He's your top scorer this season. And play him out of position, the number 9 position, just because you so creative space. Any position, the most certain player. Hey, Alexander Isak. The more you give him the chance to play, and Yaman Konkaino, the more you expose him. Liverpool needs these 3 points to pick up the bits and pieces. But the big question is, can he? Because defense and attack has been poor and porous. Playing at home, me expect home advantage by at least a double chance for Liverpool there. They have to get it because Omulusi game we are more. Ken Chelsea. Problem no Chelsea benya ejina nipa ba ko peso Enzo Maresca obi ani hobiem. He's been a very good coach for Chelsea, no doubt about it. From last season, neighbor. When Chelsea decided, say, Omobese stand the face of the team. No more moving from buying big players, known stars. Normally young players, prospects are building the team, no. And I'm going to buy. Last season, he did well. Maybe I'm not Chelsea war. Competition over to Chelsea war. Ojo Conference League, Aqua Club World Cup, Aqua Konkana Waje. At least the performance wasn't bad. No credit but we shouldn't forget. So last season, around this same time, November, December, every January. Now Chelsea supporters and new hopes. So we bet me the Premier League, you know. Because Sabreno. Now Enzo Maresca and Chelsea and just some good run of form. And the wins are building the confidence of the supporters. At a point. Now and no more Chelsea supporters to the Premier League. But this same man, for whatever reason, who do you see here? Who do you feel so bad say by home? Who said there is a poor run of performance from Chelsea near Enzo Maresca. Not lose a team around November, December. Now confidence up the Omagada momentum. Now you don't want to get the English Premier League title. I feel lost as a just because of certain key decisions. Technically and managerially, our coaching take care and affect Chelsea. This season, we are seeing that same mistakes from the coach. Explanations are audible. Mijitum no crepa. So he has to find a way to manage the squad. But can say Okwako game. Now see players being fit. Everyone now available. Name me also right backs me no team in the bench. Now you see a centre back as a right back. Now Niama Nkoyi and Famau. Now Saba Beka rotation as because of injuries at the Kremia. Abaya Densa Mediatum. It's the little mistakes, the poor run of form, the poor results at Chelsea and Yaman. Yet to be new coach, a friend said Enzo Maresca from film and for home, so I born home on the Chelsea Boboko. And the problem is that the moment you take out a centre back from the position to play the right back, can say being the one of they are fine. Open results and the Chelsea. It will be makeshift. But say me one more. What can the problems in you? The order dano. Also the back of because one my centre back now you weak. Number one. Number two. What sense one my right back and why you ineffective? It's the problem that Chelsea Boboko now. When I was yes, I will solve it. What sense what creative back the account? That has been the problem of the Chelsea team. The man has to work on that. Malo Gusto is available. Rhys James is available. Andre Santos time be open opportunity to Obama Chelsea. He performs well. Give him the opportunity, let him play. Manina team nimfim one of now more. And for match Chelsea Boboko. Putting Rhys James in the middle, Malo Gusto in the middle. You weaken the Chelsea team at times with this selection. Who times are there about big matches and near my fat? That is very true. But on a normal, on a regular, when these players are available on midfielders for normal games, at Chelsea body, you don't have to take that kind of risk. The Everton midfield is one of the strongest. Maybe the players might not have names. No crepa. But Obi Awashe Liban in the eye. Any ball are obo. Jack Grealish. Since or joining Everton Boboko, how rejuvenated a player na ye. Team in FIFA. Ghana. And Idrissa Ghana gay. These are midfielders are almost providing defense. And the amateur team no. Normal Gillian FIFA making sure some will control with some level of skill, any aggression. If the Chelsea would need players are almost 10 midfield game and I said no baba boy. And the amateur Chelsea Boboko no FIFA. Se Kopa manye 100% fit again. He shouldn't risk him. And the country America sa asem ne say. Se Kopa ma back game ni mu a na onye 100% fitter. Gain, obesan so aye changes e won finfin honom. E bia possibly. Na Estivayo kwa tena bench because se Estivayo beba mu a then it means only baba be the right flank. Na Pedro Neto akobo the left flank because Pedro Neto form a wom any ball na obo na be dey so betena bench. But Pedro Neto to me say anytime he plays the left flank, onye as effective. Say they on the right flank because the player has been complaining. It is a Kopama fit. No bet me am 100% there. Fine for Nijinum. But per reports are ever. She say only 100% fit no. My coach and risk no. Give Estivayo, Pedro Neto the opportunity to play. Pedro Neto this season, our Premier League has been Chelsea's top scorer. And clearly, if he gets the opportunity to make me a ball, no one bonnier. Can one game at Basel, our France, Olympic Marseille in Monaco, a very big game. Now, players in Mununa make sure this time around. Our own Mohamed Salisu, and Mason Greenwood. Salisu, at least for the last 5 matches, he has played consistently. And Monaco, the performance has been up. The last game he played in the Champions League, on the man of the match. Solid performance, and all the man. It is a increase here. Ghana Black Stars and everybody is going to benefit. And I'm hoping to have also with that same form. A brand tenor, a friend Greenwood Nekin, he deserves attention. Upon their two Akwadani, last season in the French League 1, our performance, our dynasty, our French League 1 anymore. It was super.